Welcome to episode number 35 of the Blitz Take. I am here with free agent Jahlil Brown, and I'm excited to hear what his thoughts are on uh, how how his time playing for Central Connecticut State that uh, and everything else. So thank you for coming on.
No doubt, no doubt.
So my first question is, what was the process like for choosing to play for CCU?
Say it again.
What was the process like for choosing to play Central Connecticut State?
The process was, it was kind of, it was good. Coming out of high school, I had went to St. Francis Academy, which is a private school in the Maryland area in Baltimore. So I had transferred there my senior year. I came from a public school called Emerson Westside, so I had transferred to St. Francis my senior year. At the time we had to take SAT classes and SATs and all that. So I didn't have I didn't have good SAT scores. So Central Connecticut was one of the only schools that was willing to wait for me to get my scores up. Yeah, man. So I had got my scores up at ACT, and Central Connecticut was still there, and that's how I chose the route, and that's how I chose Central Connecticut. That's how I chose them. So coming out of high school, they were the only school that was willing to wait for me, and ultimately made my dream come true, which was at the time playing Division I football.
I know that you're a free agent as of now. So what is the plan next for you?
The plan next, man, is to get into a professional league, whether it's USFL, CFL, XFL, or the NFL. So now the XFL draft is next month. So my agent had declared me for that. So man, that's my goals now. Just saying what professional league I'm going to play in, whether like I said, whether them four. So I'm aiming for them four. So that's the goals I got now.
What NFL player do you compare yourself to?
I compare myself to Buda Baker and Minka Fitzpatrick. I feel like they the two guys that I resemble my game after a lot. We kind of play the same. We fast, we physical, and we know the game for real. We coming out here, make open field tackles. We not a liability in coverage. We vocal, and we take the game very serious. So they two guys that I feel like I resemble my game after a lot.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Man, I like to watch movies, work out, and just listen to music on my free time. I like to meditate as well. Keep my mental things right like that. So that's a lot that I like to really play the game, listen to music, work out. Just the regular things, man. Still like a childlike mentality, still doing the things I've been doing since I was a child. That's keeping me free and keeping me happy. So that's what I like to do in my free time.
What is a typical day like for you preparing for what's next?
Typical day for me, man, is waking up, eating breakfast, reading. Like I said, hitting the gym, whether it's the field or like the weight room. Go home, relax, eat again, and chill, man, and it's watch, probably watch some NBA games or something like that. But that's definitely what I be doing though, man. Working out probably twice a day, eating, and enjoying time. That's like my typical routine now that I'm a free agent and stuff. The norm.
uh, what are some good books that you have read?
Some good books that I have read. Honestly, what are some good books I have read? I was reading one book called what was it called, man? I forget what it was called. It's about this. It was like this one guy. He was tripping off like LSD or something like that. I forget what the book called. It's actually it's like a spiritual book or something like that. It's about this one guy, man. He was like a Buddha or something, and he had took like he had went to this place in like another country and met like other Buddhists and all that, and they had like took LSD drug, and I guess it like expanded their mind, and they was like just breaking down the different ways of like life and the laws of attraction and all that. I forget what the book called though. That was one of the best books I read. I honestly forget what it's called though. I forget what it's called though. So and I one other book was called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That was a nice book I read. Just just all. I'm like an open guy. I'm like a spiritual guy as well, like with football and stuff. So I like I like to read about the mind and the universe and all them things like that for real. So they probably the two books that I read that was good.
So my next question is, if you could have dinner with two NFL coaches, who coached today, who would it be?
That coach today,
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin and Mike Tomlin and Mike Tomlin. I would say the coach for the Lions. I like his mindset. I like the way he think. He was a guy that said, we're not really going off of pro day numbers and, what a guy doing shorts and shirts, whether, we want to see what he do on film. And obviously Mike Tomlin, instilling that, tough mindset, being a dog and things like that. So they definitely two guys that I go out to dinner with right now, just off the fact that, I feel like they think like me. It's not really like a political thing with them. It's not about who went to this school. I feel like them two coaches is, very big on if you can play, you can play. So that's the two guys that I definitely eat with, that I go to lunch with for sure, dinner with for sure.
Who is your favorite athlete to follow on Instagram?
My favorite athlete to follow?
Yeah.
My favorite athlete to follow, man. It's so many, bro. I watch a lot of like wide, variety of sports, like I watch UFC, I watch man, it's a lot. That's a good question. I don't know if I can pinpoint one, but I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good one. I don't got one for that because I follow so many guys that's intriguing to me for real, as far as like what they do in their limelight and what they do in their profession. So that's a good one. That's one I can't answer. I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know.
My last question is, if you could spend a day with any celebrity in the world, who would it be, and what would you do with him or her?
If I can spend a day with one celebrity in the world,
Yeah.
Dead or alive?
Alive.
Alive?
Yeah.
Man, I say that's a good one, man. That's a good one. I say either. Damn, bro, that's a good question, man. It's so many. Like I said, once again, so many people. I got so many. Like I don't gonna say so many people. I ain't gonna lie. I probably say uh, Kevin Durant. I spend the time with Kevin Durant. I feel like, man, Kevin Durant got the same, mindset when it comes to the sport. Get your work in and have fun with it and love it. Don't take it, don't take it like obviously take it serious, but don't let it mess up, who you are as a person. Like end of the day it's still a game, end of the day you still a human. I feel like Kevin Durant got that, charisma and attitude like that, like, just go with the flow and have fun with it. That's a guy that I definitely spend the time with. Definitely Kevin Durant, man. Kevin Durant. Yeah, Kevin Durant. It's a lot of other guys too, but most likely probably Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant.
Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best of luck in the near future, and I will definitely be supporting you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to, showcase my, to tell my story. And like you said, man, one day, you probably can be bigger and I'll be bigger, so hopefully one day we get up and we have another interview for real when it's on a bigger platform and whatever it is. So, until then, you continue to do what you gotta do for real, and I will as well. But once again, thank you for taking your time off your day to give me the opportunity to, tell my story and, get things off my chest. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Got you. Have a good one.